D.C., Philadelphia, and somewhere in New Hampshire, you mothers. It's the Video Game Outsiders Election Night Special. And now here's one of your hosts, Michelle.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 879 of the Video Game Outsiders podcast. John, you're supposed to play that music. Here you go. It is our election night special, but we won't be talking about politics. We are going to be debating Dragon Age Veilguard. Is it shit? Is it a winner? God. Is it a loser? And we're also giving away a copy for Xbox in our Discord from CD Keys, so head on down. Oh, that's right. Donald is joining us.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Who else is with us?
The Canadian delegate, the impartial Canadian delegate, is joining the show tonight.
Awesome. And John,
ambassador.
who are you?
I, of course, am Senator John Kennedy.
Welcome.
John Kennedy.
So we have a very good show tonight. We are doing.
I'm excited. We're going to have a round. I'm sorry. We're going to have a town. What is it called? Town square? Town
hall?
Square. We should have
town hall. We're going to have a town hall.
We should meet in the lighthouse, right?
In the lighthouse. Oh, yeah.
Of course. Good reference.
Sure. What do you want to? You want to sit in the library, Matt, with me there?
That's a really cool library.
And maybe
so
you and I can go to the
drinks.
mirror and we can kind of do some, little
We're going to break down Dragon Age Veilguard and talk about if it's good, if it's not. It takes 2 votes to win. There's only 3 of us, so we'll see if people out there agree with our takes. I don't know what you guys are going to say. I haven't spoken to you guys about the game. That's right.
I think my vote counts for 2, though, because I'm from a larger
you're Canadian. It
district
counts for
representing a lot
half,
more
I think.
people.
Aren't men worth half the
Matt's
amount of women there? It's like a reverse
country,
Middle Eastern thing.
actually.
Yeah.
What?
I should get at least 10 votes.
I think men are like shamed there. They go. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we don't even count Matt. John, what do you think? Should we count him? We'll see. We'll get into it later.
I don't know. Actually, we're gonna count all of this after the show, so we'll let you know next week who won.
About
Thank
a
you,
couple
Bear,
months.
for gifting subs. Yeah. So we are live right now on twitch.tv/John and Michelle. We do it every Tuesday from 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern. If you miss it, a good place to listen is that app, John, because we do tons of bonus shows during the week. Some are free, some are premium. You just did a John show. We've got some fun stuff coming up for the month of November. We do a Cooking Outsiders around Thanksgiving. It's a tradition. We're also doing giveaways, like I said, Dragon Age Veilguard for Xbox this week. Next week, Call of Duty for Windows. We're doing a bro show theme. So cdkeys.com, check them out. They are sponsoring us, and we're giving away weekly game giveaways in that Discord on Video Game Outsiders. So John, if they want to support us, get the 20-year back catalog, weekly shows. What do these guys do?
That's right. Go to our website, videogameoutsiders.com. When you get there, there is a red premium button. Go ahead and click it, lick it, slam it, whatever you need to do. Go to the next page and go premium. It's $1.99 a month. And once you're a member of Club VGO, you will unlock our entire back catalog of almost 20 years. And yes, you'll also get all of our bonus content we do every single week. Like Michelle said, I just did a John show. There's Micro VGO, which will be up there tomorrow. PC Outsiders, Warcraft Outsiders, Netflix Outsiders. There's a ton of shit that happens every single week. But if you want to hear it, you got to go premium at videogameoutsiders.com. And then also go grab our app, totally free. Search for Video Game Outsiders on iOS or Android, the App Store. Download it, install it. You can use it to listen to these regular shows on Tuesday. And if you're a premium member, you can listen to all the bonus content on there. Okay.
Good job.
That's right. That you need to cut that down a little bit. Like download the app and install it. Just kind of cut that right out. Just cut that right out.
Editing. There could be some trimming.
We can trim that a little bit. You don't have to go as far.
At this point, I'm on autopilot with that.
But then people are tuning that out. Nobody's paying attention to that. People have TikTok brain.
I'm just on autopilot. I've said it a million times.
I think it's in a good place, but
I don't think it's in a good place. I think it's shit, Matt. I think it's shit.
Listen,
it's in a bad
offline,
place.
can you and I workshop that, Matt?
Yeah, I knew he was going to say workshop. That's why I said it first.
I'll send you an invite, and we'll work.
So, Matt,
it's
you and
shit.
I.
Here's your tip, John. Lessen the words, okay? Lessen the words.
So, as I was saying, once you're a member of Video Game Outsiders,
that's right. Okay. So let's move on. We got some big games to talk about. Very curious about what you guys played over there. If anything ties into the election, because that is going on right now, of course, out there. We hope you guys are staying chill and having fun. Yeah.
Wow, it hurts coming from Trump.
It does. It really stings. So, all right. Are you ready to talk about some games?
Yeah, let's do that. All right, let's move on and do our 10-second spotlight. Reach with that 10 seconds. See, I'm doing it again.
You're doing it again. Yeah. All right. So I did play the Monster Hunter Wilds PC demo. John, did you play? I know you were looking forward to checking it out on PC.
No, I installed it and I got caught up with other shit. But just tell me about it, Michelle, because I really want to hear what it's like on PC, mouse and keyboard, graphics,
Well,
performance, blah, blah, blah.
A lot of people are
And-
having
and the game.
problems with
Okay.
the graphics and performance. I think I didn't personally, but there were some like kind of pesky things with DLSS if you turned it on and didn't reboot the game. And like, but I don't know. A lot of that stuff is buggy. The game's like 4 months away, right? So graphic issues aside, for some people, I thought it went over very well, at least for me. I think it's cool. I think some of the stuff you didn't mention last week, because I know you haven't really played Monster Hunters. What I'm looking at is what makes it different than World, because World's already a
Sure.
good game and it's already going on. So what's going to make this one worth getting and playing? Well, there are 100 player lobbies. So even if you're not grouping with friends, you can get in there and it feels like a little bit like an MMO. So it was very cool
Absolutely.
to run around in the world and have all these people around you, and that's a different feel than you would get in World. You know, even if you don't put out a beacon for somebody to help you, you just see people running around, which I thought was interesting. So the world feels alive.
And then there's that board of people who send out SOSs, right? Is that new?
No,
too?
there's always been that. You could always SOS and help people, or go to the quest board and jump in and
Okay.
out. So,
but
the
I
new,
assume that board was the people that were in my server
probably
or lobby
not.
or what. Okay.
I mean, yeah, because there may not be any of those 100 people who need you at the time. I feel like maybe there wouldn't be, but I could be wrong. But the
Yeah.
server of 100 people, kind of like an MMO server, and maybe they'll even have bigger ones on launch. I don't really know. That's what makes the world feel different and alive. Sorry, Matt, you were going to say something.
No, it just sounds like something I like is that they make it easy to connect, easy to just jump into someone else's battle, basically. Like if you just want to pop on and fight something big.
Right. And like you'll be running around and somebody may be fighting something and you can kind of jump in. At least I had that experience. But I don't know. I like it, but I'm kind of hesitant as to like it's going to be groundbreaking for me coming off the other games where I'm already like they're already good. They're kind of solid, but they're doing a lot of different things. So there's like a new rapid fire mode with some of the new mechanics that they're adding. And for me, it's light bow gun. So you can like you sort of turn into like a Gatling gun, and I think every weapon has like a special mode that you can kind of turn on. Like it's going to be different per weapon, but for me it was like rapid fire. And I think John, you played light bow gun as well.
I did, yeah. And the thing is, I thought I was getting like a bow and arrow, and I thought it felt like a Gatling gun, like a big.
Yeah, well, when you can turn that mode on, and then you're kind of like chipping away at them, like with machine gun in a way, but then you're kind of drifting in and out of that mode and building up charges for that. And there's a new thing now where there's a kind of a weak point that you create on the monster, and you'll see like red. And John, you talked about that. Then you want to target that.
Keep shooting
spot.
their scar.
Yeah, like where like you want to shoot, like rub salt in the wounds. So that's sort of new. And then there's chaser shots where you can follow up with shots, which is new.
What I didn't like about that though is that it can heal, like you put a big gash in their head,
yeah,
and then if
like
they run away, it's
Wolverine.
gone.
Yeah, well, they're special. They're special animals. So that was new, and then it feels more mobile, at least for me, with the light bow gun. Like even though it's sort of a very mobile weapon, like there's just a lot more moves where you're doing like burst step while firing, and you're kind of sliding and you're dodging, and so you can dip in and out of like the rapid fire mode. But then when you're not even in that, you're still trying to build charges, and it feels very mobile, and that's what I like, because I do honestly miss the wire bug moves of Rise. I know they didn't have them in World, and World is considered the better game, but I really did like some of those wire bug like combat moves that were there. And I feel like now they've added some new combat moves back in, so you don't miss them as much. And mounting is back, which is nice, which was in Rise, and it wasn't really in World like that. So it's like you can run around mounted, and there's even mounted combat with some of the weapons that I think is supposed to be good. Like you can always attack, but there's like certain weapons which are better on the mount too. So like, I don't know, people that play all the different weapons are going to know more about this. I've only like stayed in my one lane of the one weapon I like. So people, that's like the good thing about Monster Hunter is like, you're going to try out the weapons. You're going to probably want to play with multiple. You're going to want to craft for multiple weapons, and you can carry 2 weapons this time around, which I believe is also new, unless I think that's new as well. Like you can dual wield and you can swap on the fly.
Yeah,
and
I was doing the double daggers, whatever, but I never switched to it. I just kept the gun out.
Yeah.
Are you?
there
I mean,
might
because
be
you can do
certain-
melee and range at the same time.
Yeah. So I don't know. I didn't play around much with that. Like I killed the first monster, which took me not very long. You were like, it was a 10-minute battle. Like I did it very fast. And then I killed 2 of those guys. You know, we're supposed to separate them with like dung or something, whatever it's called, like a dung ball. I don't remember. It's like throw dung balls at them and separate them. And I was like, fuck that. And I killed 2 at once. And, you know, it was, I don't know. I kind of liked the challenge of it, doing it myself. I didn't call for anybody or whatever. But like, I think I kind of figure what this game is. Like, I kind of know what this game is. And I kind of figure like it's World, but it's an open world. So I think it's going to be something that every Monster Hunter fan wants to play. But if
So
you're
let
new,
me ask you
do you run to this one or just like World is in such a good state? Like it's like you could kind of just go play Monster Hunter World and be happy. I don't know. It's like I'm torn there on that part.
I have a couple questions, Michelle. Hi.
Yeah. Hi.
Senator Jacobson.
What's up?
You have 2 minutes.
Is the artwork character aesthetic the same as the previous game? The world, this kind of like Road Warrior tribal thing, which I kind of like my guy quite a bit.
Biomes, I think, not really. I think it's a little different, but it's not like a huge like you can. It's I don't know. It's like a huge difference, but graphically, it's hard because a lot of people have been saying it looks like shit for them. Even on PlayStation, I heard it from multiple people that were like, it didn't really look right. There were lighting issues. It was blurry.
Because I started in performance mode on the PS5. Yeah. It looked okay, but I started on the visual priority mode first, and it looked okay. But then but it was shitty running, slow frames. Obviously, I switched to performance. It looked like dog shit. But anyway, the question I had was the lobby system. Okay, so it chooses a lobby for you. Is that the whole world that you're in?
That's like the server, yeah, in a way.
Okay, that's a dumb word. They should call it something else, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't pay attention to that. I just jumped in. And like, I guess like maybe you can join if your friends are in one, you can just join their seed or whatever. I don't know. In an MMO mind like I have, I think about servers and seeds and all that shit. You know?
But I was trying to figure out though, how instanced is the stuff you're doing once you get into the server?
It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be, right? Because I never loaded anything ever.
No, it should be a fully open world.
Okay, and then when the people though come to my SOS, for, they're loading into it, or they have to run to me, and they're on the same server.
Probably, just trying to understand. I didn't use SOS in this one, so I don't know how they're doing it, but. One thing I want to mention is the character creator. It's one of those very good character creators where people are making things from other games and worlds, just like Dragon's Dogma, because it's also Capcom. And so I really like the character creator, and it was a big difference coming off the Dragon's Dogma character creator. So I liked to make my character, and I enjoyed fooling around with it. Now, your character will carry over from the demo to the actual game, your character you created, but not any of your gameplay, which isn't a big deal because there's not that much to do. I killed a couple of monsters, then it says you can stay in the world, John, but you're not going to care if you have to start over. There's not that much going on, but you can create a character and that will carry if you want. And like I said, there's still many months, and I have faith that they're going to get rid of like any performance issues, on PC or even on PlayStation. I think they're going to refine it a little bit. This was sort of a test. So Opti says people who join your SOS will load into the area you're at. People can join it by looking at the local hunt board. So yeah, they'll just load in there, John, which is a lot like the other games. So they don't have to like go through a portal or anything like that. It doesn't sound like they just probably appear in front of you. I mean, I don't think I'll probably do that unless I got stuck. But do you you would want to do it like all the time? You like having people like helping you on every quest, or? I actually did. I did it every time. I mean, I beat 2 bosses in the demo, in the beta, and I did SOS each time. Okay. And but then you never like learn, I feel like, because they can just carry you.
They didn't I don't feel like anyone carried me though. Right. No one stood out as like just demolishing and taking care of it. Like we were all kind of like, it's always
gonna be chipping away.
Sounds like you need other people though, right? Like you can't.
No, you don't need other people. Matches. It probably adjusts.
You can solo these monsters? Yeah.
Yes, of course you could solo them. I did it myself, and I'm not good.
I thought it was
I'm just
a party thing.
No, yeah. You can have people there. There's going to be like, yeah, you can definitely play alone. But I feel like the idea of this one is to jump in and out with your friends. Like if you have a bunch of people who play, like you load in, you're in the world, you kill some stuff, you go on hunts, you collect, you craft. Like, I don't know. It feels kind of live servicey in a way, but I don't know. Like, I just think that like, I'm excited to play. I think it looks good. I think it was fun, but I feel like you already have a really good Monster Hunter game, and I don't know if they're doing enough new in this to make like for Monster Hunter fans to be like, holy shit, Wilds is like going to replace World as the best Monster Hunter game. Like I don't know what's going to happen with it yet. Like I got to see more. It's just like, if you're curious, there's still time to check out other Monster Hunter games, but the demo is still up on PC, John. I don't know if it is on PlayStation, but you should check it out on PC if you have time, John, even though I don't know if you're already sold.
Yeah, I have it installed. No, I actually really liked it, so I would like to try it on PC. My biggest complaint, though, I thought the controller, it was annoying me because there was so many just options and buttons and things.
Well, I think you just have
and
to learn that. I mean, the game has depth, right? That's why people like it. But people
I thought
generally,
the
like
mouse
I
and
said,
keyboard would be a lot better, like to switch things.
Not from what I'm told. Like everybody I know plays Monster Hunter with a controller, and I'm the weirdo. So, but we'll see. I mean, it depends. I personally like mouse and keyboard with it, but I don't think that's normal, especially if you're doing like melee and you're like up close and doing a lot of like dodging and stuff. I feel like people have told me, but maybe I'm wrong. I know a lot of the people in our community use controller, and I think that that's probably the norm. So, but yeah, check it out. I think you're going to know, but I can't say like, oh my God, it blows world away and it's so much better in every way. It's like, okay, I don't know. It's cool. You can play with a bunch of people. I'm excited to play. I think it's going to get a lot of new people. It already had like 500,000 concurrent people try the demo at once. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of interest here. I think that this game is going to be huge. It's going to draw in a larger audience, I feel like, than World did. For whatever reason, marketing or the live service thing. I don't know what it is, but I think it's going to be huge.
Or scope, yeah. Yeah,
so I also tried a game called Sulfur, and I think we're supposed to try to tie some of this stuff to the election. I forgot to do that with Monster Hunter. Sulfur, let's see. So, yeah, it's what the election booth smells like after you're... the unwashed masses, I think, have left it.
So in an area with bad water.
All right. So the game is $25. It is an indie roguelike extraction game. Yeah. Okay. And it looks cartoony, but it's actually pretty hardcore because the meta progression's not really there. Like when you die, you lose everything. So you're going around, you're collecting guns.
Now, are you going in a cave like to get a witch?
You're jumping. Yes. We've already done this. You go in a cave. You keep going deeper into the cave, and when you die, you get sent back out to the church town
to get a
witch.
You
sell goblin flesh. Yeah, they heard. You know what? Sulfur. It's an interesting, unique game that's actually very difficult, and you might lose 5 hours. So it's not like a roguelite. It's like roguelike. Like it's not. There's nothing light about this. Like you will lose everything and not have anything to show for it if you die. And it's kind of like a slow roll of learning what to do and where to go and how it works.
It's very punishing.
It's very punishing, but some people love that. So I have to understand it more. I've only played a little bit. I played like an hour or two before the show, and I don't know. I want to like understand more what's happening and play more. But there's like 5 levels, and like the first half is really easy. Then all of a sudden something happens in the level, and like it just goes to shit where the people will one shot you, and you have to try to like get out at certain points on the map. You have to go back out with your necklace. You can portal out, and you have to like level up and buy stuff and spend your gold. So then you can jump back into the map and be strong enough to fight. So you have to do all of that in the same run. There's not like, okay, let me jump back and come in. It's like you have to start all over, or if you die as well. So whatever. It's pretty punishing, but people think it's one of those like indie gems. And check out Sulfur if you like hard roguelike games and you're into like extraction stuff. People saying like they nailed the single player Tarkov feel, even though it looks cartoony. So yeah, it's a unique game. And then of course I did play tons of Dragon
I'm surprised you played that because it does look a little goofy.
It does, but I don't know. I like roguelike shooters. I like Risk of Rain and stuff like that. So I just want to check it out. But this one has the extraction element. So I didn't know it was going to be as punishing as it was because like I said, I'm all into like the meta progression. Like what can okay, so I died, I have to start over, but I'm going to come back stronger, right? And so far in this game, I haven't found that you're coming back stronger. And maybe that's like later down the road once you get to a certain point. But you're not coming back stronger at all. You're just maybe mentally stronger, learning how it works. So there's kind of like a mystery going on and kind of how the flow of the game works. But it's pretty cool. Looks fun on Steam Deck, I think. And then, yes, played tons of Dragon Age the Veilguard. We're going to do our town hall debate in a bit. John, what did you do over there? I'm just drinking water.
I did some stuff. I got some important stuff to talk about here.
Good.
You know what that is?
No. It's like Daft Punk's last failed album or something. What is that?
No, that's KK Slider, Michelle.
He's
the doggy with the guitar from Animal Crossing.
Yeah. Did you know?
I thought that was him, but
okay. I have now, Matt. Here, I'm gonna play something for you. Okay, you tell me what this is. All right, you ready, Matt? Yeah.
Oh, Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh, Matt wins.
Hey.
Ding, 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 ding. All right, come on, Michelle.
New Donk City.
It's 1-0. 1-0.
Yeah.
What?
All right, cool.
I
All right,
said
here we go.
What?
Here we go.
So
all right, here we go. Matt is winning right now, 1-0.
He can have this win.
Mario.
Oh,
One.
Matt,
He can have
2 to
this
0.
win.
2 to
He can have this
0.
I'm not playing.
Ooh.
You can't
Wow.
win if you don't play the New
He
York
is
Lotto.
kicking your ass, Michelle.
I'm not
What
playing.
is this?
Sweep.
I'm not
What are
playing.
you
See, if
talking
you
about?
don't play,
Give me
you
another
don't
one.
fail. Okay.
All right, here we
You
go.
don't-
Here we
you
go.
don't-
All right, here we
you
go.
know,
You ready,
I'm not
Matt?
playing.
Matt, you ready?
It's obviously Zelda, Matt.
Oh, which one?
No, it's
which
Zelda.
One?
Michelle's not playing.
Quick, which one?
I'm not playing.
Oh, Breath of the Wild, Michelle
I'm not
coming
playing.
back. 2 to
I'm
1.
not
playing.
2
I'm
to
not
1.
playing.
2
I'm not
to
playing.
1. Oh my
I'm
God!
not
All right,
playing.
Michelle. All right, here we go.
This
Michelle
show is
has
taking
got.
twice as long as it should because John was having audio issues. So for
what-
people
okay,
not
what are you
listening live,
talking about? I'm
it's just the
doing the
most
show.
tiring night we've ever had.
Nobody needs
Animal
to
Crossing?
know. Okay, here we go.
Why?
All right.
Final Fantasy. Yeah. Final Fantasy.
Nope.
No.
All right, so John
on,
has
dude.
to find a reason to like his alarm clock, and that's what
No,
we're
this
all
is not
dealing with right
Alarmo.
now.
This is not Alarmo.
Okay. Oh, what is it? Oh, it's Nintendo's music competition thing.
Oh, the chat got it. Ocarina of Time. All right, so the chat has one, Michelle has one, and Matt has
Michelle
2.
has 0 because Michelle's not playing.
No, you guessed
No.
Breath of the Wild. You're
No,
playing.
I told Matt the answer. I didn't want to wait anymore.
All right. All right, so Nintendo released a music app.
Yes.
And I got to
Oh, yeah,
say, this is admirable what they're doing here.
Admirable.
If you're into this, yeah, kind of. I mean, I don't know how much stuff's on here. I love the KK Slider stuff. I really do. Like, it's awesome. I don't know. And if you don't know, KK Slider is the dog in the coffee shop in Animal Crossing playing a guitar. But yeah, Nintendo released a music app. It's kind of like a Spotify type app, but only with Nintendo music. And there's endless music on here. But here's the catch. And I
So
kind of
it's
suspect
admirable that they do that instead of putting their music on Spotify like every other game soundtrack
what
does.
I was about to say, I kind of suspect they did this because they're probably copyright striking everybody on YouTube.
Yeah, so that's not admirable. That's Nintendo being Nintendo. That's them being assholes.
Yeah, I know. But I thought I'd try it and talk
Admirable,
about
though,
it.
when you're a
It's
Nintendo
admirable.
bootlicker like John.
No, Michelle, apologist. Thank you.
No, I just think you just like you shill for Nintendo. Yeah,
Quick.
it's Animal Crossing.
Oh, Michelle!
I know.
Tied
I didn't
with
know.
Matt.
I didn't know we were
I'm
playing.
not playing. I'm not playing.
You're tied
I'm
with
not
Matt. Well,
playing.
for
I'm
someone
just-
that's not playing, how are you
I'm not
tied?
playing. I'm not
no,
playing.
let's take that one back. There's no point for that. I wasn't really. I was kind of zoned out a little bit.
Yeah, that's true.
So anyway-
Nintendo's going to copyright our stream, and John will say it's admirable, and then lick their boots.
It's admirable.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
but
thank
here's
you,
the thing
Nintendo.
here's the thing about this.
Yeah.
You have to have a Nintendo online subscription to even use the app. Admirable.
They're really admirable. Why would you even say that? It's
don't know
so
why I say it.
admirable.
This is
It just
They're
came
such
out.
great guys, you know?
Right. So,
Okay.
I don't know. Matt, you
Maybe
going
I'll
to
just
use
go to
this?
YouTube and
Never.
find the song.
You're
Oh,
going to
wait, you can't.
Bluetooth it to your car on a road trip?
I
Do
might
the-
program my phone to play Nintendo songs from some bootleg list I find. maybe. I'm not gonna
So I
take
don't know
this.
why they did this, but I thought I'd let
So you have
you
to be
guys
locked
know.
into a Nintendo Music app and you can't leave. So it's not like you can just put it in your game soundtrack, folder on Spotify. You have to only have the Nintendo Music app and you have to be a subscriber.
Yeah, and
And
also
it's
with this-
admirable.
It's admirable. And then also with my subscription, of course, I get to use my alarm clock.
Wow. You get to use your $100 alarm clock?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Wait,
Alarmo.
if you don't pay your subscription, do you not get to use your alarm clock?
No. You have to have a...
That
Shut up.
should be illegal. That should be illegal.
It doesn't just let you have an alarm clock.
Okay, I don't know.
Look
Okay,
how
I have
giddy
no-
he is that he's being ass raped right now. He's like, yes,
This is
Nintendo,
the
fuck me.
great-
I
Oh,
love
yeah,
it.
Why are
come on,
people
Yeah.
mad
Daddy.
about this?
Come on, Daddy
why is there
Nintendo.
outrage about this?
Because people like John, listen to him. He's giddy with it. He's like, it's so admirable that they're like,
It's admirable.
I can't use my
These-
alarm clock unless I pay them. It's so nice. Meanwhile, the FBI should be investigating him. I agree, Ari. What is this?
So, okay, now listen. Okay, to set up the Alarmo, I needed a Nintendo Online. I don't know what's going to happen if my subscription does run
it's
up.
exciting though, right? It's kind of like
Should
a little
every hour
exciting.
Should I let it expire?
Yeah, see what happens. Live on the edge, John.
See if it starts nagging you.
Now, I
Yeah.
did get a note. So last week, if you remember, I got a notification on the Alarmo, okay? And it said, hey, we want to know what's the earliest you ever go to bed so we can look out for you after
God.
then.
None of your
And then we'll play
business.
and then we're going to play soothing sounds,
Too
okay?
intrusive.
Right.
Now Alarmo was setting me up for the next step, okay? So first it
so
wanted
manipulative.
well, hang on. So first, it wanted to know the earliest I ever go to bed, so it can look out for me. And when I do get in bed, it plays soothing
So
sounds.
people who need friends.
Okay, but now that it has this information, it gave me another notification. It's like, hey, we know
Why aren't you in
the
bed?
earliest. No,
It's
no,
like a
we know the
jealous
earliest.
Wife.
we know the
Get in
earliest that
bed.
you go to.
You shut
we
that
know
game
that-
off.
No. We know the earliest that you go to bed.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that we
Who
know
plans
this,
their life like this? Every night I'm in
Okay.
bed by 9 o'clock. And I know people do because they have to wake up for work. But I'm just saying, if you're a
okay, well-
child or John, are you doing
Well,
that?
let
Are you
me
in bed
tell you
every
what
night at the same time?
Okay. It
not
wanted me to
mutually
turn on the next thing. It says, now that we know what time you get up, and now that we know the earliest you go to bed, why don't you let's give you a notification every hour in between? And I
What?
agreed to it.
Why? Yeah, Ari, that's a good
Why?
point. Does your wife sleep in the same room as you? Or are you separate bedders?
I've
'Cause
been
it
living
doesn't-
in an apartment for the past 5 years. I never
because
told you
it
guys
says-
this.
It said like you can't have two people in the bed. I think they're separate bed people, guys. I think we just found out.
Yeah. I'm just
This-
like Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah, but
So
like,
I
wouldn't it
think
detect her?
Alarmo, This is like a Black Mirror episode, right?
No, I already
Alarmo
told
just
you.
Yeah.
slowly
I
get involved in
explained
your
when I
life.
got it that if I get up before her, if I get up before her, it doesn't work. The whole thing blows
What
up.
about the in bed at night? She gets in bed and thinks it's you, and that's like you aren't in bed. Get back in bed. Why
It
are you
doesn't
in bed?
work with two
Who's
people.
the second
It do-
person in your bed? That's not your wife. Are you sleeping with the neighbor? Oh my god! It's like gonna collect. It is. It's a Black Mirror episode.
Yeah. And it
So
reports
It's
I
things
admirable.
like,
This is admirable.
It's
Ethics
very
committee.
admirable.
Yeah, this is honorable, admirable.
Admiral
But
Akbar.
and I'm going to complain about this thing again though. It is the alarm the volume is too low and I sleep through it too easily. It's just not menacing enough.
You can't pump
Can't
it
you
up.
set any sound you want, or
No, it's just the volume is not intense enough. It's just like I also have an echo in my bedroom and when I tell that to wake me up, it's so fucking loud. It's crazy.
Are
like
you
you
deaf?
cannot like
they
what?
made an alarm clock that's not loud enough? Is that what you're trying to tell us?
I am telling you that. I don't I would not
No one
like,
ever talks loud enough around me.
You know, like
Yeah.
in Goodfellas, where that guy was supposed to get up and they were going to like rob the truck full of cigarettes and he
Mm-hmm.
overslept. That would happen to me if I used the Alarmo.
I don't think anyone from Goodfellas was using an Alarmo.
If I overslept on a big cigarette heist at the airport, it would be because of Alarmo.
Alarmo.
Okay.
But you should probably, as a professional, not use Alarmo.
Is there a
as your
volume button?
Main device.
Yes, it's turned up all the way. It just doesn't. Like
Do you
it's,
unlock higher volumes?
Yeah, you got to pay. That's the 1999 plan.
maybe the next
Yeah.
notification.
I can't believe you're
Would you
defending
like
this
to
thing.
Turn it up?
Well, I told Matt McCarthy, and I told you this.
Yeah,
I said it's ridiculous, but I'm not upset that I have it.
that doesn't mean anything to me.
I know.
What does that mean?
I'm just saying. I'm not
Should
mad. I
you be
have it.
upset
Purchases
you had
like that.
something? Have you ever been upset you had something? Like this fucking vase in the corner. I got to get rid of it. I'm so upset I have it. Tell me something you've been upset that you have, John.
I don't know. I have an old bicycle in my garage that I haven't
It's really
ridden in,
bothering
like,
you?
30
Okay.
years. Yeah. It kind of. It's like
All
a
right.
bike I bought in the 90s, and I don't even know
Yeah.
why I still have it. Why do
All
I
right.
have that mountain bike still?
We're
I
running
bought
late
Yeah,
tonight.
you're
So
gonna
what
try
else
it,
did you
buddy.
play?
No,
What else
I
did you
bought
play? 'Cause we're
another
running
mountain
late.
bike since that is my mountain bike. So why do I
Yeah.
have the one before it still? Doesn't
You're a
make any
hoarder.
sense. What?
Order. All right, so,
what
you
else
played
do
Call of Duty.
do other than have an
Yeah.
alarm clock that played music?
We gotta hurry up here.
All right, so I played a shit ton of Call of Duty. Now,
Can't go too late tonight.
on Friday, they released the first big patch. And with that patch came my favorite map and also Matt McCarthy's favorite map, or one of our favorite maps. I don't want to get carried away. My
Okay,
favorite
can
map's
you
probably
review a game
Palace.
without bringing him up and saying you guys share a
So
brain?
Matt McCarthy and I both agree that Palace on Modern
Oh
Warfare.
my god,
What? Modern Warfare
Matt
2 2019.
McCarthy is going to need his own podcast at this point. This is your time, John. It's okay. Like Matt and I are here to say it's
so
okay.
Matt McCarthy and I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
We like the Modern Warfare 2019 maps the best.
All right, this Alarmo thing is making sense now. There's this separate bedroom behavior. Separate bedroom behavior.
So
When
anyway,
Matt's in bed, it doesn't see him.
so I've played Call of Duty the most in the past week. We played for 5 hours last night. It's
Wow.
addicting. It's great. There's some bugs. I don't understand them that are not being fixed. Like when I get in a lobby, everybody's a level 1. I don't know if that's happening to you guys. It happens on my Xbox and my PC.
Skill-based matchmaking. The only people shitty enough to play with you just turn the game on.
No, they're not level 1 though. Like Matt is level 1 when he's in my lobby. Everyone just says 1. Everyone on my friends list is a 1. It's busted.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's annoying as shit.
It's not
And
good.
sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. But Nuketown, I could tell you safely that they did not fuck it up. It's Nuketown. It's exactly as it should be. They didn't add stuff. They didn't take stuff away. It's fucking Nuketown. Which is funny, though, because I said to Matt, isn't it kind of funny how, Matt McCarthy, I said,
God.
isn't it funny?
This is so bad. It's like
Not
my
me,
friends
guys.
in high
Not
school
me.
when they talked about their boyfriend. You just like, okay, yeah, I get it. Yeah.
So I said to Matt McCarthy, I
Matt
said,
said last night.
Yeah,
isn't
and
it
we're
funny how we
Yep.
are really excited because the game is exactly the same as it was 2 years ago?
Yeah.
like literally,
Return to form.
right.
we're
Yeah.
like
Oh,
we're
don't say
just
that.
trying to recreate Cold War in every way with our loadouts and our guns and the
Right.
map. It's
Yeah.
And then did
So,
you guys
whatever.
like sit in each other's lap, or was there ball play, or what happened? 'Cause- okay.
so Matt McCarthy
Yeah.
agreed with me about
Of
that.
course. Do you guys ever
and,
not agree? I think disagreeing sometimes is healthy, though. I like a good little battle of wits. But you guys are just always on the same page. So
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
did, and Matt and I were upset about this. They nerfed
Of
our
course.
gun. We used the XM4, which is an experimental M4 model armor light
Right.
rifle, and
yep.
so they nerfed it on Friday, and so we had to redo our attachments to kind of get the unnerf. We had to unnerf it.
Okay,
by
so what else did you
strategically-
play?
All right, I also played Metal Gear.
Metal Slug Tactics.
Metal.
Oh, Metal
Oh,
Slug.
sorry, Metal Slug Tactics.
Did John take drugs? Matt, are you feeling what I'm feeling? What's going on?
I did
I
not,
might
by
take
the way.
drugs.
I'm glad I don't take drugs because I don't.
Okay, now
wanna go
over the
down
summer,
this
I
rabbit
played Metal Slug Attack. And by the way, they do seem to be making a lot of fucking
Yeah.
Metal Gear games. Like
Okay.
it's very
Metal
confusing.
Slug, John, not gear.
Okay,
Yeah, I mean, like, there's no Metal Slug release right now.
okay. They seem to be making a lot of Metal Slug games.
There you go.
Over the summer, I played Metal Slug Attack Reloaded, which was a reboot of the mobile game, packaged all together with all the extra paid content in one single game. That was kind of like a tower defense style game, kind of. You're running across the map trying to get to the other killer. Yeah, it's a tower defense game. And I kind of like that okay. But Matt, there's also... Did you try one of these too, Matt? Didn't you?
A while back, I know the games you're talking about, and there's one for mobile. Is that the one you're talking about now?
No, there's a
No.
new game that came out today called Metal Slug Tactics.
Okay.
And this is a strategy RPG rogue style game.
Is it a tactics game?
Interesting.
Like a Final Fantasy
it's
Tactics
Final
turn-based
Fantasy
grid?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Okay.
That's appealing.
Yeah, so I bought it on Steam. Now, here's the thing. I bought it on Steam. It's on Game Pass.
It's on Game Pass.
I didn't know that.
For
Oh.
console, maybe too. Matt can
Fun.
check it out.
You can refund.
I already played
Yeah.
over 2 hours. It's too late.
He knew it before it, though.
I did,
Yeah.
but now it's really too late.
Okay,
But
no,
I-
you
I-
chose this. Don't act like this.
Okay.
Oh, my
All right, I made a mistake, though. I didn't know it was
Yeah.
on fucking Game Pass, okay?
Okay, it happens. It's called
And when I
pulling a Matt
found out, I
Bradford.
was about an hour into it, and I said, you know what? I don't want to do that hour again, so I'm just
Right.
letting it ride. And I was okay with that because I'm playing it on my Steam Deck and my PC. I'm playing
Yeah.
it in the living room on the Steam Deck with a controller, and it runs perfect in the living room with a
Okay.
controller on my TV. And it plays great on the PC too. Does not have ultra wide support. But what's cool about this game is it's a run and gun tactics game. Okay,
Run and
it's not
gun.
it's not a slow strategy game. You have to be aggro and on the offense at all times, and you have to basically it rewards you for moving as much as you can on the map. Like if you just move one space
In real time?
no, the more spaces you move, the more the things are called what are they called? Adrenaline and dodge. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. That's like the mana and like shield kind of a thing. Okay. So the more you move on the map on your turn, so if you run one space, you don't get a lot of adrenaline or dodge. And dodge is like basically like a shield. You get like, -2 like on damage or +2, whatever. If you get hit and it should be 4, you'll get 2, right? And then the adrenaline basically is the currency used for your special abilities. Okay. And it's kind of like your mana. And so basically you have to move on the map all the time, and you have to move as far as you can. And the farther you move each turn, again, you get those bonuses. And you really need those, otherwise you're going to die. And this game's not really easy at all.
Okay. And how big are these maps? Are we talking like XCOM gigantic maps or?
I don't know, 20 by. Actually, the boss one is pretty fucking big.
Do they fit in one screen?
No.
Small, chunky one. Okay.
Some of them might fit on one screen. Some of them are like 8 screens. Like the boss battle, which I have not completed. That map is fucking huge, and you have some maps where they keep respawning and throwing new enemies at you, which is fucking annoying. But basically, how it works is you have this world map. I have one area unlocked right now, and I'm trying to clear it. And you land in there, and you basically have to clear 3 areas within the map. And then after you clear those 3, you then have a boss battle. And then you clear that entire region. And you get to choose which ones you want to do, and each of them have different rewards. Some of them will have coins, some of them will have ammo, some will have like just random like buffs and stuff. And they're of varying difficulty within the area. And then you also have each map, though, plays differently because some of them have verticality, so you'll have people on different planes and you can't shoot them. And then also your team all work together, and if they're all kind of close to each other, they sync up. And then like if I what I've been doing is making all 3 people like get close to like the bad guy, and then I have one fire a handgun at the person, and then because the other 2 are close, they sync, and then those 2 fire too. And you get like 3 hits in one shot.
If you're in a certain radius, you can like link up.
Yeah, so there's like a strategy there's a synergy with your team where you're just trying to sync them up, get them close, and then the weapons have like perks, and then in between the rounds, you're also getting these perks. This is the rogue part of it. And then if you die at any time, if you lose all 3 of your teammates, you're just done, and then you go back to your base, and then you can go to the vendors, spend your coins, get permanent upgrades, and all that stuff.
Just get back in there, soldier.
Yeah, and I really like this game. I truly do.
Sounds like a weird take on it, but it's working.
Yeah. It sounds like a neat blend of tactics and without being boring.
Yeah, it's fun. It's cool. It's a perfect Steam Deck game, by the way. And the controller is pretty decent. Like I was skeptical if it was going to be good. The mouse and keyboard is way better, but the controller actually works really good. They mapped everything in a really smart way. The one thing they did stupidly, I don't understand. It's the only thing they screwed up. When you launch the game on the Steam Deck, if you have a controller only on the TV, the first thing you have to do is input your name, and there's no on-screen keyboard. So you have to pull the Steam Deck out, bring up the on-screen.
That just needs to be Steam Deck verified. Usually
that's the only thing that doesn't work. It's like
they'll fix it right in a week.
Yeah,
usually.
So I had to unplug the Steam Deck from the TV.
How many people are docking Steam Decks and playing that way? I feel like it's such a small percentage.
I don't know. Why don't you ask Gabe?
I don't think a lot of people are doing it. I think most people are Steam Decking handheld. I think it's. You don't think most people are Steam Decking handheld? Most
depends. I don't know if they have decks. I don't know.
You don't
in
think,
their backyard?
Yeah, I can guarantee that most people are using a Steam Deck in their hands, John. I'll bet my life on it.
I use my Switch mostly docked, so I treat it like a Switch.
Sure. Well, you heard it, Gabe. Phone in.
Yeah.
He can be the one.
I think I
like that game.
Stats.
I recommend it.
Good.
Cool.
All right.
What are you drinking?
I'm going to write that down. There's so many games out right now. That does.
Well, it's on Xbox Game Pass, Matt. I think it might be on console too, so check that out. What are you drinking, John?
Oh, so it's free.
I am drinking a Partake Pils.
All right, Matt. What did you do over there, Canadian Delegate Bradford?
Canadian Delegate Bradford reporting in. I played a game. Yeah, I've heard that soundbite before many times. I played. You're gonna have to help me pronounce it. Neva.
I don't know. I just know there was some buzz around it because it's the creator of Gris or Gris.
Yeah, so some well-deserved buzz. Neva Eva. So this is
That's my shampoo. What is it?
It's not your shampoo. I'm not playing your shampoo. It is it's a beautiful side-scrolling adventure, and immediately when I fire this up, I'm thinking Ori in terms of like this is just a beautiful painting of a game. Not the same art style, but no, you got to see this game. This whoever does the art design it should win an award because this is it just every frame a picture type of game. It's really nice, and the animations are so liquid smooth. They're like Prince of Persia. Remember that feeling in Prince of Persia when you first saw it in NES? You're like, whoa, that's really smooth.
Is it a 2D walking simulator?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It starts off that way, and it's gonna scare people off because
Did you inherit your uncle's farm?
Okay, no. So the plot, I think, this is one of those like non-verbal games where you don't really know what's going on. I think I'm kind of like a Mother Nature type person with a wolf creature, and some alien goo or bad spirits have invaded the forest. So I'm going with my wolf creature to slice them up and stuff. So there is a lot of platforming. And for the first hour, it is a lot of like moving to the right, calling your dog, just learning the ropes.
Okay.
But then you get into winter and the true game reveals itself. So stick around till winter because that's when like you're fighting enemies and the combat is silky smooth.
Really? I didn't even know there was combat. All right.
Yeah, me neither. I was like, this is going to be one of those press right on my analog stick games. But no, This is rolling and you got a sword and it's very satisfying. You can do a double dash, you can do a dash in the air. You're very mobile. You're a lot like Ori in that you can like jump again, double dash. Like you can just kind of like just bounce in the air. So there is a lot of good combat in this game.
All right, Matt. So what else you got going on, buddy?
I played UFO 50 a lot. Over the last month.
Yeah.
Over the last week.
And did you do any of the source
Console
code
No,
stuff?
I'm not doing the terminal stuff. I'm playing this.
Come on, dude.
No, first of all, each of these games is enough. It takes enough of my attention as it is. I'll get into that later. There's about 5 or 6 games that I'm going back and forth with on UFO. That RPG, the Western RPG, the Grimstone. I put 20 hours in that thing, and I'm still like,
that's crazy.
I think I've got another 10 to go.
Oh, good.
What's that? Yeah,
that's crazy that there's 20 hours in the mini games because John kind of said they were shitty throwaway games. Okay.
I stand behind that. I don't want to play them.
Okay.
No, they're not. They're not shitty throwaway games. They are interestingly designed. Everyone has a really neat hook, and once you understand it, the value in this game is off the charts. By the way. Anyways, so yeah, UFO 50. I think it's contender for like indie game of the year for me. I'm just gonna say it right now. So. Did I talk about? No, I'll talk about that next time. I played a demo of a game that I forget briefly.
Awesome! I love.
Give
those
me a second. I will pull it up. Citizen Sleeper 2. Did I talk about that last week?
Yeah, you've talked about that before.
Okay. Well, the next one's coming out. I played the demo, and it's fantastic. Citizen Sleeper 1 was one of those games that kept me pinned to the computer. Like I was PC gaming hardcore for a month.
Yes, it taps into your voyeur love or something. I think we talked about it.
I think it's just dice rolling.
Okay.
Disco. Like it's got the Disco Elysium thing to it. It's very text based, but you are very character building, very decision oriented. It's anyways, try the demo. It's out for free now. Okay. So yeah, Neva, UFO 50, Citizen Sleeper 2, and I just tons of Minecraft, but I play that every week with
That's
my
all
kids.
right. Yeah, we all have those
I'm a
go-to
Minecraft
games.
expert at this point. Yeah.
And Dragon Age.
I'm drinking Dragon Age, and I was drinking Diet A&W because I'm old and I gotta watch what I do.
All right, so let's move on. We have our big town hall debate for Dragon Age: The Veilguard.
Mm-hmm.
John?
Drop the Canadian loser.
That's right. I was waiting for the music.
Sofa in the lighthouse.
All right, are you guys ready? This is our 2024 Dragon Age Town Hall event. In this event, we will find out, is Dragon Age a winner or a loser? And here's our host, Senator.
That music's really loud. I can't hear myself think. So welcome, everybody. We have a very big decision tonight, and we are going to find out the truth about Dragon Age: The Veilguard, because it's been sort of a little bit of a battle online, and people are tuning into our review to get an honest take on the game. And I'm not just saying that. People have asked me, what is the deal with Dragon Age? So are you guys ready? Let's jump right into this, VGO style.
Is this a round table
It is.
Well, it's a debate, right? We're at a podium, aren't we?
Oh, who are you, sir? Are you Canadian?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Are you participating in our election? Are you voting?
Minister Bradford from the ambassador from Canada. I was called in as a special ambassador for this think tank.
We're bending the rules. We're bending the rules for Dragon Age.
Yeah.
That's how we feel. So I think we all played. I played on PC. John, where did you play?
I played on PC as well via the EA Play. I paid $17 to play.
Very nice.
To rent this game for a month.
Of course.
I returned Silent Hill 2, the physical copy, to get $50 towards Dragon Age Veilguard.
Oh my goodness.
And picked it up for $40 physical copy, which I will, again, in turn, in a month, turn it around and put $40
Do you have a name for that? That sounds like shady dealing.
Pyramid scheme. That's what
I wouldn't listen to his opinion. He's a flip-flopper. He doesn't even keep the
train. Bradford, you seem kind of like a dirty Canadian.
Yeah.
All right.
Dirty
the fake news is already coming out in full force. This is great. This is setting a nice tone for the debate.
So is it in fact true that you are buying games, trading them for other games?
Yeah, that's how
it works. And then taking those games and trading them yet again. And who's left holding the bag?
Mm-hmm.
It's the trading train. That's what you do at
Who
GameStop.
is left holding the bag,
why
Ambassador Bradford?
I think we're spitting this out to where it doesn't need to go. Anyways, I played on PS5, so I played.
Madam Governor, what are our deportation laws right now?
I believe right now he is illegal, and I think we should get him the fuck out of here and put him on a bus somewhere.
I do not feel welcome.
I think we should put him on a boat. That would be more dramatic.
Okay, but a bus is cheaper.
I think a boat would make a better statement, though.
Just a boat to Canada. All right, so let's talk about Dragon Age.
And they'd have to figure it out. There would be canals and locks involved
Inlets.
to get him back home.
Fjords.
Yeah. So I want to say that going into this game, I knew I was going to have to look at it as not a Dragon Age game personally, just because of the major tone shift. So to judge it at all fairly, I couldn't compare it to, is it a good Dragon Age game? I had to look at it as, is it a good RPG?
If I may,
Madam Governor, is it a good BioWare is the question people are asking.
I think before we get into that question, I'd like to kind of echo the Senator's statements in that
Madam Senator.
Last Dragon Age game was 10 years ago. I barely remembered what I did in it. I'm not a massive fan of Dragon Age, so I wasn't going in with it has to be this, it has to follow up on this lore, it can't betray the characters that I love so dear. I went in like Michelle, thinking these are kind of races I remember. This is kind of the story I remember. Let's just see what it is.
Right.
So this is
but
not.
I knew
I'm not
if I didn't want to give it a 0, I had to pretend Dragon Age wasn't in the titles at Bumuza because let's be real, it's not dark fantasy themed. It's not gory. It's not gritty. There's no blood. The dialogue is very light and quirky. I don't think it's quirky. I think it's very G-rated. It doesn't have that gritty Dragon Age feel.
Dude,
so
the second village you go to has guts and people and
it's a Pixar movie.
Guts
it's a Pixar
and
movie. Some of the worst writing I've ever seen in a video game.
Repeat that statement.
No,
they say oof in the video game. They say, "Do you want me to kill you?" And one of the replies to "Do you want me to kill you?" is oof.
No.
Okay.
Madam,
yes, I have the screenshot.
You're
I
going
have
to
the
the finish
screenshot.
line already.
That's not medieval dark. That's not good immersive gameplay.
Her debate style
it's
is
the
go
worst
to the finish
writing.
line
I don't give a
immediately.
shit. This is the worst writing
Don't
I've ever
go
seen
to
in a
the
fucking
finish
video
line
game.
right
I'm
away,
at the fucking
Michelle.
finish line because I didn't get to the other bullshit. It's the worst writing I've ever seen in a video game. It's the
Whenever we
fucking
do
worst
things like this, you
writing.
have to go to the
It
finish
is.
line immediately.
It's ironic millennial
you can't
humor
walk
that has
there.
no business in a
It's
medieval
not.
fucking
You go to the
game.
finish
Yes.
line immediately.
Yes. Well, because how do you
Do
not
I
go
get
to the
to
finish line
speak,
when
or
a
are you gonna
character
shout
asks
over every
me?
time I-
A character, you're Canadian. What are you even doing here? When a character asks you, "Do you want me to kill you?" and my reply is "Oof," I'm supposed to be immersed in a dark fantasy RPG.
Well, Michelle, you
The floor is
understand that
yours.
those lines. Michelle, you understand that those lines are slimmed down versions of what you're going to say, and what you actually say is not cringy.
But why would they even put "oof" in a game? Fucking TikTok language in my RPG,
No, in Mass
medieval
Effect,
RPG.
it's Michelle. That's how the
Stop
dialogue
talking
tree
about
works.
Mass
It's small
Effect.
words.
TikTok language.
Because it's the
No,
same
it's
thing.
not.
In Mass Effect, when you picked the dialogue option, it was a truncated
You're
version of
defending
what you're going
"oof."
to
This
say.
is the problem. We have people
No,
defending
you're
this sort of
cherry
writing.
picking tiny
I'm not
things
cherry
because
picking
you
anything.
heard
The
before this
writing
game
is
came out that it was
no,
bad
no,
writing.
no.
And you want to go along
Matt, I
with
think
it.
I know how to judge a video game, and I put 15 hours
No,
into it, and
this
it's terrible writing.
Bad writing was the review against it before it even came out.
Right,
and
but so you're telling me I
knew-
think this is good writing? You're telling me I actually think this is good writing, and I liked it.
No, I don't think it's bad writing. I don't
Okay, but
think
you're
it's the
telling me
best
I
writing, but it's
actually think
definitely
it's
not
good.
the
Right,
worst
but
writing
aren't
ever.
I allowed to have my own opinion about the writing, saying it's shit?
I know, but you're not backing. You're only backing up by picking out cherry-picked tiny
No,
little dialogues in a
all
thing
of
that
the
has
writing is shit.
10,000 pages of
And none of it's
script.
good. all of its cheesy
No,
garbage
a lot
from a
of it's
Pixar
good,
movie.
Michelle.
I have
a
good
lot
things
of
to
it's
say
not
about
any
the game.
worse than any of the games we've played all year
Yes,
long.
it is.
That's
Yes,
for
it
sure.
is. This is
Silent
the
Hill
worst
2 has
rating.
more cringier dialogue than this, and that was a great game too.
I think this is an RPG though, so you have to get immersed in the characters, and I find the writing
I
to be
am
retarded.
immersed. By the way,
John,
great
are you
voice
immersed in the
acting. I
writing?
love the story.
Horrible voice acting, obnoxious characters.
Listen, I have to say
No,
though,
it's
and I went along with the Mass Effect thing when we were kind of like into that when that came out, but I was always
John, can you
put
turn
off,
the music off? You're kind of like low.
I was
compared to-
I was always put off by the laborious dialogue and the character presentation, and I feel like that's here too.
Wait, so you're saying in Mass Effect you were turned off by that?
I was just there's something just off about it, and I feel like there's something off about this too. Like it's just laborious, and they really want you to be in an RPG. Like this is like Dungeons and
Okay,
Dragons.
but you can't
like,
fault an RPG for wanting you to get immersed by talking to the characters.
I
Like,
know,
you
They
can't
want you
say
to,
it's
but they're
too much
failing
talking.
hard.
But the dialogue is so uninteresting, and
That's not true. That each of the characters has a really interesting backstory. I find Balera has a really cool thing with
Yeah, she's
the,
like,
the
talk too much,
phase
and I lost to my
jumpers.
boyfriends because I talk too much, and I can't deal with it. It's like you're watching somebody talk to their guidance counselor. Everybody's a disgruntled teen
they're
who's
called
having a problem with their
characters,
guidance.
Michelle.
They're terrible
they're called
characters. I'm supposed to be killing
characters.
demons, and they're talking to me about their boyfriends.
And you do. The second
No.
village you go to is entirely just destroyed by blight, with everyone dead in a gory fashion. I don't know
There's
where
no
you're getting
gore.
this Pixar
There's
thing
no
from.
gore.
This is
It's 100% a
there's
Pixar
in every
movie.
single combat, heads roll, blood spat. It's
No,
gory.
I haven't
It's
seen a drop of
violent.
blood. There's definitely no gore or blood. Now, John, you were talking and you haven't talked
Super
as much.
violent.
So you don't. John doesn't like the dialogue either. Whatever, we can expect it.
okay, but
John
I do
didn't
want to
say
talk
that.
about. Okay, I have no background with this franchise. Zero, zilch. I've never played a Dragon Age game ever. So my only point of reference is Mass Effect. Okay, and I played the first one on the original Xbox or at 360, whatever that was. We did that back then, and I have to say, initially out of the gate, I was kind of in awe of this because I went in knowing what I knew. Okay, and all the shit talk that's online, expecting
Tons
this
of
to be
shit
a
talk.
pretty weak game, and I was really shocked at the aesthetic of the world.
It's beautiful. Like
It's like this modern medieval combination of technology and magic and stuff. I know
busy
it's not.
streets.
I know it's not
interesting
technology,
things
but
going on.
there's-
Busy
it's kinda
streets. I mean, it's a
neon-y
pretty
things.
world environmentally.
Yeah,
The character
yeah.
design is horrible with the big heads.
Well,
and
the
everybody
character
looks
I made-
comical, like Fortnite.
I did
and
not
it's
spend
like,
a lot of time on my character, but I actually like the way my character looks. I like the Nev character. I
probably
don't like
because you
any-
played a dude. Like you can't be a woman in this game. I'm not even going to
Okay,
get
that-
into
that
like the
could be-
kid.
I mean, I know that
because
you
you
can
can't have a
make
butt, you can't have boobs, you have to look
grotesque
gross,
Neanderthals in this
whatever.
game.
I didn't like, but I'm not.
I didn't
once I got
try
a
to do
helmet,
that.
I enjoyed my character more because I was able to hide how hideous like everything
Right.
was. But like my
I
favorite
was
part of
a
it is just like the
mage.
combat and the talent tree, and that's
Well,
kind of
that's
cool.
what I wanna get
but
to.
you're in this tiny world with these linear little. You're
combat
like
is
it's
so
go to point A, go to point B, go to point
Yeah,
C.
let
Watch
me
a
get to
cutscene.
that.
Go to point
It
A, go to
opens up
point
a
B.
lot.
Once you get a cutscene.
It opens
well,
up
it
a
hasn't
lot.
opened up in 15 hours, but we'll see if it opens at 20 or
Then
however
you're
long
not
you
going
put in.
back. Then you have to go back to big open hub, like the Arlene Forest, like the first place you go.
Yeah,
You
and
can
you have
go
to go
back
back
that,
and get
and that
certain
has a ton of stuff
companions to go
do.
back in there. But I find it very linear as opposed to the type of RPG I like, where I like to be set free in the world. It's not an open world game, that's fine, but it's still very linear in what you're doing. And I just think that there's fun combat. I think there's fun talent trees.
Combat's
That's where I'm having my fun. But as far as like, but it's an RPG. I have to be immersed in my character. I have to be immersed in their characters. The voice acting, the writing, the aesthetics overall just feel it's hard to care about these characters and your own character in the story because it's so cheesy and the writing is so bad. I mean, it's like some 20-year-old
not.
girl who's writing for
really
TikTok
not.
like shorts.
It's
did the
really
dialogue.
not. It's the
Everybody
same
says
writing
this is
we've been
bad
in-
writing. It's not.
It's
they,
not
like
bad.
like
It's
J-Ro
not
says.
the-
BioWare is
as
known for
bad
the
as
best
you think.
CRPGs of all time. Baldur's Gate 2, heavily dependent on its writing, and now it's being dismissed. I mean, they can do good writing. It's the people doing this writing did absolute dog shit job writing. It
No,
is
that's
such.
not- that's
it doesn't.
not fair.
The tone
You're
of it is
you-
not match it at all. I went in trying to enjoy the game because I like the combat
tone?
and I like
What
the
tone are you
talent
thinking
points.
it's supposed to be matching?
It's quirky garbage. Like every
It's not
every
garbage,
scene
it's
is like
fun.
so
Do you have
fucking
fun in
cringe.
games? Like, it's a
no, I
fun
don't have fun in
game
games. That's
with
why
fun
my main
dialogue.
hobby is gaming. It's not. It's shit.
At least
It's
you
terrible
complain a
writing.
lot about it.
No, but all you're doing, you're saying the game is perfect, and there's not, and everything's wonderful about
I've
it.
never once used the word perfect.
Okay, so
at
then
all.
I
I'm
said
saying,
I like the combat, I like the talents, but I think
But you're
that
saying
it's
it's
very
the worst
linear in
writing
the
you've ever. Have you
It's the
played a
wor-
Nintendo
yes.
game in the last 20 years? Have you played a
I don't
Metal
really
Gear
like
game in the
Nintendo.
last
That's
20
more
years?
John's
Have you
thing.
played? There's so many franchises with way worse dialogue than this. This is a fine, sometimes funny. I like my characters. Everyone's. I don't know how far you went. You say you play 15 hours, but I don't know how you can say the
right, but I don't know how you can say how you can defend oof in a video game. That's supposed to be a medieval.
Oh my God, you can't
game.
hang your hat on that tiny one line in an entire video game.
Well, I could sum up all the other things about all the trans talk and all that shit, but I'm leaving that out.
Oh my God, that means the thing you don't have to engage with at all.
You do have to.
Cares?
You're forced to.
You do
You're
not.
forced to at many points.
You do not. 2 seconds of your life, and you can never.
They're talking about a fringe issue from 2024, and it's supposed to be a medieval Dragon Age game. So we don't even have to touch
the fact that you're still bitching about it means it's not a fringe issue. Look at how triggered you are that you have to hear the words trans in a game.
You're triggered because I don't give a fuck about that.
You're getting all you're getting all bent out of shape because you saw trans in a video game.
I don't give a shit about trans.
Scars have been in video games for 30 years. I don't have a scar. You know what I do? I click no scar.
Yeah. Let's talk about that then. You want to bring it up so you can have top scars, but you can't have tits in the game.
Who cares, Michelle? Why is this a thing? Why do you care?
Called out that it's garbage.
It's not stupid. It's an option, Michelle.
I'm leaving all that out. I don't give a fuck about that shit. You can
leave it out. That's your choice. Do you understand choice in a video game?
Don't tell me I have to leave out oof and all the other shitty writing that's force-fed down my throat.
You can leave out options for your character. Why does it offend you when there's options for other characters?
I'm not talking about other characters. I'm talking about their fucking shitty writing.
Why does it? No, you go back to the scar. Why does it bother you?
So why? Okay, so I'm in a world of magic.
So leave it out of your experience, Michelle. You don't have to get mad. Don't make it part of your experience.
I'm in a world of magic, and to remove my tits, they're going to cut them off in a world of magic.
Michelle, I don't know how to explain this to you, but humans play video games, not the people in these worlds.
I don't have to worry about taking the woke angle, Matt. I think the writing is dog
shit
with or without the trans shit. With or without the trans shit.
You listen so much Asmongold, and you come back on here and you repeat the same woke garbage bullshit.
I've been doing this show 20 years before Asmongold.
Why is it in there, says old school? Because other gamers exist and they have options.
It's a fringe option for like 7 people. I don't give a shit about the top scars. I said the dialogue is shit, like oof and everything else. Anybody who thinks this is good writing,
you keep using that one example. Oof, oof,
yeah,
oof,
because
oof. It's not even something you say.
I don't see anything. Yes, it is. My character's supposed to say
no, it isn't.
When somebody
you say something else. You pick oof in the dialogue tree and you say something else.
What do they think they're fucking Iron Man? Why is oof in my medieval dragon game?
Are you even listening to what I'm saying? Because you're wrong.
Shit. I'm not
you're
wrong. The writing is absolute garbage.
You're
and
wrong
shit.
because that's not dialogue, Michelle. That's something you see that you can pick to tell you the tone of what you're going to respond to.
But why is the tone of this game oof? Why is that even in there?
That's
some shit.
Michelle,
why?
Do you not understand that there's thousands upon thousands of lines of dialogue?
And they wrote bad dialogue. AI could have.
You know how I know that you've been invaded by this whole like anger tourism thing because I knew you were going to comment on the oof. I knew you were going to comment on the trans thing. I knew you were going to comment on the top star. Because those are all the issues that people were bitching about before. I knew you would.
Don't insult my fucking reviews on games, okay?
I'm insulting them because you're repeating exactly what every single person who's against this game is saying.
I haven't listened to what anyone said about it. I was playing the game and I saw oof, and my sister sent it to me, and I saw oof.
They just happen to be the exact same things that all these rage tours are on about. The top scars and the
oof in the game. I didn't even bring up the top scars, so you pressed it.
By the way, it's getting amazing reviews, so you're obviously in the minority.
Because I'm obviously
the reviews are fake. I forgot. The reviews are fake when they don't agree with me.
They only gave review copies to people who we're going to give it a positive review.
They gave review copies to Legacy Media, and they gave it a fantastic score. Get over it.
Go look at the Metacritic reviews.
I think we need to stop.
They only gave reviews to people that would give them good reviews.
No way to get out of this.
They pulled it out.
Get out of
this because you're a fucking pussy, and you told me it was the worst writing you've ever heard in a game, John.
It is. I say it again.
And you come on here, and it's
I'm telling you the truth, though. I saw. Okay, I already said the truth here. I saw the stuff go.
I said I think the game's fun, has fun combat and talent trees, but it's shitty writing. And I'm being told I only think the writing's shitty because Asmongold
because you've only given 2 examples, Michelle.
Talk about what Asmongold thinks or says. No, I think
because
it's shitty writing.
Exactly the exact same stuff.
Because sane people see that the writing is trash.
No, because you're going in that stupid echo chamber of like, let's find 1 or 2 things bad about a game and bring it as
It's a fun game with bad writing.
I have a theory about
it. It's bad writing. It's bad writing.
Let's just talk about this for a second here, because I have a theory.
Can you have an opinion for once, John?
I have been unable to talk at all, so I don't know what you're talking about. Listen. Obviously, there's a movement and there's a different generation involved in these games. And that's kind of the problem that we're having across the board with everybody is that everyone you can't take something that's established.
No, people our
that's
age are still making games and they're writing good dialogue.
I know, but
it's
you
the
can't
tone of
take
these
something
people.
that's
They're our age
established.
who wrote this.
I know, but you can't take something that's established with a tone that people have become accustomed to.
Yeah.
And suddenly just redefine it because the original audience is not going to go along with it.
Yeah, go watch some old clips of Origins. Like, if you want to judge it as a
please,
Dragon
go
Age
watch
game,
some
it's
old
even
clips of
worse.
Origins.
Yeah, it was
there
good
was some
writing.
silly shit in that
There
stuff
wasn't
too.
oof.
There was some
There wasn't
silly,
oof.
monotonous shit.
But here's the thing. I never played Dragon Age. I don't like the dialogue and the relationships because I don't play games to role play that I'm dating somebody. I just don't, okay? You know, like I did it with that Nev girl.
I want to play an RPG.
I know, so that boundary that it's pushing, I don't care about. So this game's not for me, and I think this game this whatever the lesbian that stuff has a right to exist, but maybe it needs to be a new property because I think the people that this is a beloved property for years and years and years. You can't.
To me, the bad writing is totally separate from that. And I can look at them differently and objectively.
Well,
I think it's really bad writing, which is like
it's
like millennial, quirky, ironic humor that they've turned like this like dark fantasy world into this quirky like oof world, and that has nothing to do at all with the trans stuff at all. It's just bad writing.
But do you think though that I guess my point is that when something is so established,
yeah, they shouldn't fuck with it.
And
so I get why actual hardcore Dragon Age fans are pissed.
Right. So I think, Matt, that's kind of some
I don't
of
think
what's
they
happening.
fucked with it hard. I played all 3 games. I know the plot enough
they
to know that
definitely fuck with the
it's
tone.
also
See, that's the
do
problem. You
think,
can't
though,
even admit that the tone
going
is different.
back to Mass
let me
Effect,
finish the
I
sentence.
thought
That's why I can't even
you
talk.
said it's a gory game and they didn't change the tone.
It
like,
is.
Come on.
Can you please
it's a
admit you spent an
quirky
hour in
Pixar
a
game.
village overridden by blight?
Wow, purple
Like,
blight. How
it was
spooky. What
gory.
is this, Fortnite? Ooh, how menacing.
It's
Come
gory.
on. You can't
I
even
would-
admit
I
that
would-
the tone changed in the Dragon Age games. That's the problem. Or like you're
The
saying
tone is a little lighter. I
a
completely
little
admit
lighter.
that.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
It's not
I don't think you're being
completely
objective.
reversed.
You just have to defend it because there's top scars and some nerd in Alabama got mad about them.
Well, now you're
like,
just assuming about me.
Well, because that's what you've done to me. I'm not allowed to say I think it's shit writing, and you're telling me it's because Asmongold said it was shit writing. I haven't even watched Asmongold talk about this video outside of random clips I've seen in Discord. So, like, I've been doing the show 20 years. Like, I'm going to play the
Why
game
are
and
you
give my
putting that
review.
in front of it? I've been playing games for 40 years. I know a good
That's
game,
great.
and this
I've
is
been
a good
playing
game.
games longer and more than you, and I'm going to give a review if I think
haven't.
writing is shit. I have. I built my first P with my father at 5. Okay, so I've been playing games. I'm not going to make up that I like
these
it.
games for as
Right,
long
but
as
you're pulling.
that doesn't
you're telling,
preclude
right, but I said
my
I didn't like
opinion
the
because
writing,
you've
and
been
you're-
playing
and
games
you're-
for
right,
3
but
years
Matt,
longer.
I
There's
said
no
I didn't
end
like
to
the
this.
writing. Yeah, because I said I didn't like the writing, and Matt's telling me I only don't like the writing because the
Okay,
internet
that is
does
your
it.
opinion.
That's
Matt
fucking
has
retarded.
opinion. But I'm going to agree that I don't like the writing and the characters and the love stories. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. I mean,
Right, but you
know,
should
I'm saying
like the
I'm
writing
saying
in
your
RPG.
I'm saying your opinion isn't valid because you only pick on that one oof line.
No,
in
I
an
think
RPG
all of
with
the writing is terrible.
literal
all of the
hundreds
writing
of
is
hours of
terrible.
dialogue.
The people talk like
And
this.
I'm
Oh
telling
my
you,
God,
as
there's
someone who
somebody
plays
over
RPGs,
there. It's bad
as someone
writing.
who plays
I plays
RPGs, as someone
too.
who loves Dragon Age and the types of these games and Mass Effect,
someone who loved
this
Dragon Age would
dialogue.
admit the tone changed. You can't even admit the tone changed. Give me a
First
break.
of all, you set that goalpost. You didn't even ask me if I thought there was a tone change.
You
First
said
of all,
it
you've been
wasn't. You
yelling
said it's
over
dark
everything I
and
say, so I haven't
gory.
even had a
You
chance
said
to
it's
say
dark
what I
and
feel
gory. I'm
about it.
defending myself from your bullshit attacks that I'm only giving this game a bad review writing
Yeah, because you brought up that Transcar thing, which was
no, you
that
brought
Transcar
it up.
thing.
You brought it
You
up.
brought it up, Michelle.
You brought it
Roll
up.
the tape
You brought
back.
it up. You brought it up.
No,
I don't give a shit. I'm
roll the
separating
tape
the
back,
trans shit
Michelle.
out of there. The trans shit's retarded, but
No.
who cares? The writing is shit
I
on its
brought
own.
that
I
up
don't need
after
it.
you
I
said
don't
you
need the
started into,
trans
don't get me
scars
started
thing.
on being
I
a
don't
woman
need
in
the
this
fact
world.
that you have to
You
be
got
a
to lop off your
flat-chested,
tits and get
flat
trans
ass,
scars.
no hipped. The fucking bulge slider is bigger than the tit and ass slider. So I don't even care about
That's
that
what you
shit.
said. So exactly. So that's how
it's
you
true.
started
right,
in
but,
the
right,
trans
but that's
scars.
nothing to do with the bad writing. Like you can leave that there. You want to make me look like a man
you're
with broad
weaving a
shoulders and a bulge.
serpentine
The
argument.
writing is fucking
It's-
garbage trash. The writing is so bad.
It's not.
That's the problem.
It's not.
It is.
It's,
Everybody
it's
can see that.
absolutely not. It's
It
a
is.
7 out of 10 writing, which is not garbage.
So one of the characters
not the
comes up,
best
the
writing.
Asian chick with the pig nose. Well, dead bodies, technically animated spirits. Well, everybody's talking like
Sure.
this when you're
Do you want me to go into
you're supposed to be
Diablo?
scared of
Do you want me to go
undead.
into Path of Exile and
Path of
cherry pick
Exile,
strange
Diablo
dialogue?
is
Because
fucking
I
great.
could do that
yeah,
all day
you do
too.
that. You go into a delirium, you listen to the whispers from the strange voice, and you get back to me on the fucking writing in that game. This is literally, I'm looking at undead that are supposed to scare me, and the girl's going, well, technically they're dead bodies. They're animated spirits, really. Everybody's talking like this, and it's so quirky and fun. If you like that, that's great. But don't say
just
it's not a dark fantasy
You're
game.
just turning up the volume because you're backed into your corner that the dialogue is bad.
I'm not backed into a corner. I will die on the bridge that this is bad writing, and anyone who thinks it's good writing is probably brain damaged, which is why John can't even say it.
Why do you have to take it there? Like, that's your opinion. That's fine.
Because I gave my fucking opinion. You were the first fucking asshole to tell me I only had it because of Asmongold. How about, you know what, Michelle, I disagree. I think it's good writing. Not Michelle, you only say that.
I tried that about 10 minutes, Michelle, and you were yelling over me, and I couldn't get that point across.
I'm allowed to have my opinion, and I'm allowed to know it. If I'm one thing, I'm fucking opinionated.
Yeah, but you have to actually listen to other people, too, right?
I don't know. I don't give a flying fuck what anyone thinks of anything.
Then why are we doing this roundtable?
Because I'm giving my opinion, Matt. It's my show, just like you're going to give your opinion.
Yeah, and you're yelling over me every single time I try to give my opinion.
Because of Asmongold. It's fucking retarded. Like, I give a fuck about what that alien fuck says about the game.
Well, I'm just saying it's super coincidental that the dialogue being bad, which is what everyone said for months before, all of a sudden that you're hanging your hat on bad dialogue.
Michelle wants oof in her Dragon Age RPG.
There you go. She's going back to oof again, guys.
Of course I am, because
that's her big argument.
If you've ever said oof non-ironically, you're a fucking retard, and you shouldn't.
But no one says it in the game, Michelle.
They do say it. It's a dialogue option. Give me a fucking.
It's a dialogue option. And what does he say when you click that dialogue option? He says a full sentence.
I didn't say oof. I fucking shut the game off for 20 minutes and had to fucking.
But do you understand how the dialogue tree works, Michelle?
Yeah, that doesn't make
you
it
understand
any better,
that you don't actually say what's on the screen.
Actually, don't kill me. Oopsie. It doesn't matter what I said.
Can someone who's listening to this please say what I'm trying to tell Michelle?
How do we get out of this? How do we stop this?
Well, you have to have an opinion, John. You don't just sit there like.
I already gave you my opinion. This shit's not for me.
Well, why don't you tell John that his opinion's wrong and he only doesn't like the rating because of Asmongold? I'll wait for that.
I chose
because he didn't come out the gate saying this is the worst garbage trash I've ever heard.
Well, he told me it was the worst rating he's ever seen. So I don't know, John. You don't like the rating?
Why don't you? I knew the baggage about this game going into it. So then tell John he only doesn't like the writing because of Asmongold. I saw all the clips. I'm telling you the God's truth. I knew the baggage about this game going into it, okay? I saw all the clips.
That's why I said flush the trans and the old Dragon Age stuff out the window. I'm going to judge it as an RPG. And I said I like the combat balance and the rating.
The trans has every right to be there. Just don't pick trans. It's not hard.
No, I'm talking about judging it on whether or not trans are there, because we have all these people that are trans giving it positive reviews just because they're trans. I said flush it out for good or bad. I don't give a shit.
Giving it positive reviews just because they're trans.
Of course they are. Just like you are. You feel like you have to defend it because you have to appear a certain way.
So you're making assumptions about me, but I do it to you and you get all bent out of shape. You did it to me first,
so I'm going to defend myself now.
Well, you do it to me first. No, you do it to me every single review.
I don't.
Every single time I back a game you don't like, it's because I'm a wokey leftist.
No, I didn't. I don't like Neva, and you reviewed it, and I didn't say you were woke because you like shitty art games.
No, it's Star Wars Outlaws when I first reviewed that. anything Assassin's Creed.
I didn't say anything about it. You're reaching. Stop strawmanning. We're talking about this review tonight.
You're reaching too. You keep bringing up.
I sat down and said it was bad rating, and you told me I only thought it was bad rating because of Asmongold. That's not a good way
I tried to explain to you for 15 minutes why it wasn't bad writing, and you kept yelling over me, and I got your attention by saying it's only because you heard it was bad writing going into the game.
So I don't care about what people are saying about the rating of this game. I honestly do not like the rating of this game, and I think that that's fair to say. John does not like the rating of the game.
You don't like
nobody
it because
has a problem with
one
that.
bad line, and
no, it's not one bad line. All of the writing is bad, which is exactly what John said. John
it's on par with any other RPG out there. It's lighthearted.
The rating. John doesn't like the rating, but he's fine.
I told you. Okay.
Yeah, but John's not yelling at me about it.
But here's the thing.
Of course not, because you guys will never yell at each other.
I don't care.
We yelled at each other for years.
I kind of like the peg lady.
John's a fucking pussy.
The lady with the peg leg. Like, I kind of liked her, and I went in thinking.
I like that Lucian guy, the devil guy with spite. I like his backstory.
Yeah.
I like the dwarven, what's her face? She's a character from the past, and she's got a whole arc now with its
I like the dwarf dude who
powers.
got like stabbed in the beginning.
I like Solus, who's like the dread wolf. That's a neat character arc for him because he's been building up.
Here's the thing: I don't care about any of this relationship, role play stuff that is in this game. It does nothing for me, and it really weighs the game down because I'm wanting to just get to the action.
Yes, I'm wanting a lot of action, and the combat scenes are not
to do the least fun part of the game. Right? Too much.
How far did you get though? Because it gets to a point where
I'm
it's
a couple hours in.
Action.
I was going to play more tonight and ended up playing the Metal Gear game.
So it sounds like a cop-out, but it's the couple hours lead into a huge RPG. You're not going to be thrust into action after action. You're still learning the ropes, a bunch of this stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm at a point where I pick a quest and it's action wall to wall. and then I come home. I kick around the lighthouse doing stuff, conversations. Then I go out again. Like, there's tons of combat in this game.
Not enough. And the writing, my problem with it, it's like it's written like tutorial writing. It's not immersive. It's very hand-holding. It's very patronizing. Like they're talking to you like a school child. Like it just feels, it doesn't feel
it's
adult.
bubblegum, like high school relationships or something.
Yes,
like,
exactly. It's not that gritty, dark fantasy tone of other Dragon Age games or other RPGs that I want to play. Okay, so if you can't even, you can say this is the tone and I like it. I'm saying this is the tone and I don't like it. But we have to agree what the tone is. The tone is pretty light and bubblegummy, John. Correct.
I'd say it's definitely light. It's lighter than the Dragon Age.
Exactly. So I think the tone is a problem for me.
But I don't think that makes it
immersed.
garbage writing. I think if I don't think a tone
we got to
change-
move on from that. There's no end. There's no
No,
winning.
but
Just
can
stop.
we agree it's a different tone and it might not work for you?
That's what I was saying. I said I think it's the
But
shittiest
you
writing
can be
I've played.
subjective and still say it's still
Right, but what's the
serviceable writing
problem
if
with
you
me
like that
saying it's
tone.
shitty writing?
Because
Get
you're
over
not
it.
you're not aligning the fact that it's a different
It's
tone.
not because the Asmongold. It's shitty writing. Some
You brought up the
talentless
top scars.
retards wrote it.
It's not. It's the writing for the tone of the game that they decided, and they match that
Which
tone
is
really well.
terrible.
It's a Marvel-esque, quippy,
Yeah.
fun, a little lighthearted
Except
game.
they're not Robert Downey and they can't deliver it. It doesn't always work
But they
24/7.
can. I mean, like, I've heard a ton of this game already, and I'm not turned off by it. I'm not saying this is the best writing ever. Of course not. But I think it's a disservice to be like, this has shitty writing, because it absolutely does not.
Can I
think
just say
people
that
voice
I
acting,
really
I think, the
enjoy
main guy is
being the
good.
mage. And
yeah, I said I like the mage combat. It's kind of
and-
Harry Potter times
well,
two.
actually, I thought some of the tone of the game in the beginning, at least in the combat, reminded me of Star Wars. And I know
It's
were
Guardians of the Galaxy combat for me. Like,
Yeah.
it's very, very active, but you can pause it and assign people obviously what to do. But actually, this game to me is very Guardians of the Galaxy in terms of, like, I feel like they wanted to make a Guardians of the Galaxy dark fantasy in terms of like the writing, the marvelly kind of quippy, swashbuckling nature of it.
That's why I said
what
Star
they-
Wars. Like, like that opening bar scene was very Raiders of the Lost Ark or something. Like just kind of that Spielberg, Lucas, Star Wars kind of vibe.
I don't know.
Right?
It's
Yeah,
just
so that's
it's
not
very linear.
bad.
Too. It's just very pointed.
What I played was linear and sectioned off and sharded off, whatever, instanced
Yeah, I
off.
want more of the kind. What I would, if they do another one, I want it to be a little more open worldy because I like the talent trees. I like the companions. I like the companions' talent trees. I don't think it's too simple. Some people have said, "Oh, it's not. You need to control the companions at all times." I don't think. I think that's fine. I like that you can just pepper in companion abilities. I like that you can, kind of simultaneously control. I think the combat is the winning thing for me here, John. I think you said
fun
that too.
as shit.
Yeah, the combat's fun. The talents are cool. You're either going to get immersed with the writing and the story, or you're not.
That orb blast is
And-
awesome. by the
Yeah,
way,
and you
which
can
orb
fool
blast.
around with ruins. I don't think you unlocked yet, John, for like
Yeah.
your weapon and different things that you can activate. So like they have ice effects. So like there's depth here. It's not crazy depth, but you can upgrade your weapons if you find or buy another version of it, and you can craft and all this stuff. So it has depth. That's not my problem with it, but I feel like it just didn't immerse me. So for me, the game is a loser because I'm not going to finish it. I'll probably just
Governor,
Yeah,
Madam Governor,
yeah.
your conclusion here?
My conclusion is, unfortunately, it's an RPG, and I need to be immersed, and I can't get immersed with this writing and tone, and it ruins the combat for me.
Ambassador
Which I do think is good.
Bradford from Toronto.
I think it's a different direction, but it's fun, and at the end of the day, I'm having fun. The combat's great, the environments are fantastic, and it's scratching all my RPG itches right now.
And is this a winner? Or
Yeah,
loser?
it's not game of the year, but it's definitely like 7 or 8.
Is it a winner?
Yes, winner.
I think it had potential.
I don't want to fuck any of these people.
Oh,
Not interested in it.
John, I know where you lie anyway, so just say it.
I like Pan Am. That's the last time I had a video game relationship with a woman.
John will never play
And
this
I'm
game
not-
again.
First of all,
I will never
J-Ro,
play
I'm
this
not
game
a
again.
more action
It's-
game
so for
player.
me, it is a
I'm Final
loser.
Fantasy player, goddammit.
It's just not. But I appreciate the combat. I did like some of the aesthetic of the world.
The world is pretty, I think, but
But to me, there's too much relationship stuff that I just don't care about.
Yeah, it's for losers that want to pretend they're having sex with a character or something. If you really want to
did
get
have
into
sex
That
with
was
Pan Am,
all
though.
Dragon Age games had that though, like the romance stuff. That was a huge
Yeah.
part of all Dragon Age games.
Well,
thank
John,
you
you
for
said it was a
joining our
loser, so
Town
that's two
Hall
losers, one winner.
2024.
Of course
Dragon
you do, Jedi.
Age
You're the only one who
debate.
liked the game in the Discord. We knew that. Yeah. So if you're ready for a Marvel-esque, lighthearted ride, you might have
With-
fun.
with butt stuff. Might be your thing.
Ooh, I don't
You
know.
can choose not to do butt stuff.
I don't have a problem. All right. Well, let's get into some quick news before we get out of here. It's been a long
Don't
show. 'cause
choose
we had
the
audio
butt icon.
issues.
I'm going to say this has been the most exhausting podcast.
This has been a big one.
You've been quiet half the time. How's it exhausting for you?
I couldn't say a fucking word. Are you kidding me?
You could. You're the moderator. You're supposed to jump in and cut our mics.
I
and
tried.
talk.
And the thing is,
No.
it was kind of funny because I was talking and the music was playing and you guys were still going. Like I didn't exist. But and for those that didn't listen live, we had a lot of technical issues on top
Yeah.
of this.
Which was what
Paramount,
Matt was referencing to when he claimed I was being abusive to John. So don't worry, it'll make sense if you were here live. All right, so let's talk about quickly news. Elon Musk says he's one of the top 20 in Diablo. He says he's one of the top 2 in the United States. John, you want to talk about this? I know he was on
Where
Rogan.
is he finding?
Yeah, he was
time
on
to
Rogan.
play?
He actually led the podcast with this topic.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
know I see Elon streaming on X and posting stuff all the time. He really likes Diablo 4. And he's
Well, whether or
ranked
not you
number-
like Elon, I thought it was an interesting conversation about games. He talked
Yeah.
about he used to play Quake. He said that games like relax people, and doctors who play video games have a
are
higher success rate
27%. Yeah.
with operations.
They're
so I
less
thought that,
shaky.
yeah,
you
I
know.
can see that hand-eye coordination
Right.
and all that stuff. So I
He
think we have
says
some.
he would want a doctor that's good at Doom to
Yeah.
operate on him.
So I thought it was a fun video game conversation because both
But
Joe
you
and
know,
Elon
honestly, that is
gamers.
kind of interesting that he's ranked number 19 in the world in that game. You don't
I
think
didn't
that's
look at the
interesting?
Do you
metrics.
think, does he bring receipts though?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he's ranked in there. I mean, what is? I didn't see. Is that like a
I don't know
Nightmare
what
Dungeon
he's
high
ranked
adept? I don't
in.
know. I don't know how they rate it these days.
And he said he's playing like the hardest shit. He's
Yeah.
not doing.
Well, good for him. I like gamers. What else? So Warner says
It's
Hogwarts
admirable what
Legacy
he's doing.
sequel will tie in with the storyline with the new Harry Potter HBO series. The game has sold over 30 million copies, and the follow-up is a very big priority. So I'm excited for the HBO series. The story is going to be based off that, basically.
Is it going to be the second game in the castle again? Because they're going to have to. They need to do something completely different. They can't just put it in the castle in the same area.
I feel like it's just going to be a bad
Yeah, how
game.
do you
Like, how
top
do you
the castle,
follow?
actually?
You can't top the castle.
Like maybe you go to another castle because there's other schools, right? Maybe you take a trip to another school or
Ooh,
something.
an American school or something.
Yeah.
I don't know
Eh.
what the series is about, but
Is
Maybe
the
that'll tell us
series
something?
like some alternate universe but telling the same,
I don't know anything about the series.
backstory
I haven't
about-
followed it.
bunch of kids that go to wizard school because they're
Yeah, Harry Potter, Cranky. The second one. DJ sent me this news. All right, John, tell me about Nintendo backwards compatibility.
Yeah, I guess the president or some dude in Japan has confirmed that Nintendo Switch 2 will be backwards compatible.
Huh. I think
I don't think that's a surprise.
they couldn't get away with it. Yeah.
What's that?
They couldn't get away with it any longer.
I think it has to be. And you know what? So Nintendo just had like some financial thing come out like today or yesterday, and I guess their finances were down like 60% for the year or something, the projections, because the Switch 2 is on the horizon and maybe people know this and the Switch sales are falling off a cliff.
Yeah.
And I kind of suspect that they made this announcement so they could still sell software over the holiday and people are comfortable knowing it'll work on the next system,
Yep. This was a good move.
right?
Yeah.
I suspect that's the timing of this. I don't think they have a lot of big games coming out. There's a boxing game or something, and the Mario and Luigi one, which comes out.
Yeah,
on
next
Thursday.
week, Mario and Luigi Brotherhood. We're doing a brother theme next week. We're giving away Call of Duty. That's for next week. But this week, we're giving away Dragon Age for Xbox. in the Discord. So play the game, find out
are.
for yourself, see if you like the rating or not, and let us know. We're running late, so we're going to cut the show off short because we had a long show of audio issues. So come on down to Discord, enter to win from CD Keys, Dragon Age the Veilguard for Xbox, and then next week's going to be Call of Duty. And I think that's it.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening, subbing, all that stuff.
Godspeed.
If you want to hear the whole train wreck of the show, go to twitch.tv/.
Do not. It's not worth it. Just a lot of yelling.
It's too much
For
yelling.
anybody who made it through the live stream, you guys are crazy. You're welcome, Zogtree.
Yeah, thanks.
We do this for you guys.
To the live chatters and all that for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
No,
No,
all
it's
right,
all
that's it. We're done. Video Game Outsiders out. Thanks.
Using up all of my oxygen. Making a plan to get you